My name is Divya Lal. I represent the Fliplearn team here. I've spent more than almost 2 decades now working with educators on a day-to-day level into using technology for enabling better learning experiences and teaching experiences for them and for the children. And for the last few years, I've been very closely associated with this baby Fliplearn, which is all about enabling equal opportunity for every child in India, irrespective of the socio-economic backgrounds that they come from. And for me, being in this field, tech is the true enabler, because if you really see, there is one thing that will put every 400 million of the young kids in India on the same competing platform, and that is technology. And that can bring access like no other thing can bring to every possible corner, house, and every child's place. And that is what we are doing today at Fliplearn, and that is about standardizing the quality of learning and enabling an experience that is not limited by, let's say, the place we come from or the socio-economic background, but it really brings a possibility of a future that every child in this country can now choose to dream on and actually achieve something that they want to be. Well, this is pretty much everybody knows this. We're the youngest country in the world, but it will only stay a number if we don't build value. Because just having the highest young population in the country, in the world, does not mean anything if that population is not educated, is not learning, or is not skilled. Either ways or 3 ways of really building it on. And that is one sphere at which we as Team Fliplearn are looking at enabling one piece of that segment, and that is, can we help you as far as your learning piece, as far as your learning time of, let's say, kindergarten to grade 10, 12 is concerned. What we do actually works at all 3 segments that we are here to talk about: adaptability, sustainability, and impact. And with today's event, so much about impact. I think, the first 15 years of my career, I have worked day and night with educators, helping them use better teaching tools and bring that learning. Until the time it's come that now we as a country from an infra point are pretty much better than where we have ever been in terms of enabling that experience to be directly handled by children along with teachers. So many years I have seen that even though we've brought the best teaching tools to the teachers, sometimes the filtration of the utility goes so down that the impact really does not happen with the child for which it is meant to. I'm sure many of you might have experienced such things and saying the second level impact. But today with Fliplearn, we are creating an environment of impact where we are right at the last mile, where every child's learning journey is recorded, is data driven. We can share an impact with donors who work with us through foundations, with the foundations that have partnered with us to bring this program to so many government schools across the country. We believe that, while we've worked a lot with giving teachers the tool inside the class to teach, we are also now working with desktops in some of the government schools with some internet, or we are working with a 20 tablet strategy, which is working very well because all children can use it as a part of the timetable piece, and they get their own space for learning. Because whether we like it or not, 2020 is an era of personalization. 2020 is no longer just about customization. Gone are the days when customization will be a privilege. Today is an era of personalization. Whether it is the songs that we want to choose out of an app, or whether what is the videos that our kids see or our mates' kids see or any children in a government school see, it's a personalized era. And we work at Fliplearn to bring personalization to the learning journey. That when I want to see a module for 5th time, that is not possible when a teacher teaches it inside the class. That's only possible when I get access. And I may not have that back at home. But if that infra is created within the school with a nice timetable, we are seeing impact at a far better level on children's learning scores, performance scores, and being able to track every child's journey into creating their own paths. This is a highly complex, and obviously we give it to the teacher so that she can also use it. We work with all platforms, so our product is platform agnostic. So whether you're Windows or your desktops, or whether you're like on an Android or an Apple, anything essentially works. That also works with when we join hands with foundations. We've walked into projects where people have already bought infra and given to school with no usage. So we're able to run on that as well. We're able to drive on that piece as well. And we're pretty much on anything that you see as far as the hardware or the platform is concerned. We are absolutely mapped to the curriculum, whether it is the state curriculum or whether it is the central board's curriculum that you're working for. So irrespective of where this school will be, we are aligned to the book that you're supposed to see. And for that, every possible animation, something that we can do. We are fully in Hindi available, so that we work through with children who are not good with English. But let me tell you something very amazing. You know, we're running a couple of pilot projects on this whole regional language voiceover appreciation. Whenever we go into government schools, the first thing we are asked is, do you have a regional voiceover? Because the child may not see. But let me tell you, the aspiration of India and every part of the country is to listen to a lot of English, because it helps them improve their own words and vocabulary. And if we just keep sticking them to the regional languages, their hesitation to use with English also goes away. So we give both options of languages so that children at their own pace can also listen to some English and also pick up words that may be helpful for them eventually. We have gamified quizzes, which is about that learning is not just boring about paper, pen and pencil. If you can play a video game on a phone, you can definitely play a learning game as well. We can pump the adrenaline, you can win stars, you can cross levels, you can poke children. And what we have seen is, irrespective of the background that the children come from, the excitement to play a game, the excitement to compete really draws them to the learning experience as well. We have comprehensive dashboards, we have mind maps and everything that enable the children to see. We have limited time. We have a stall here in case you're interested into engaging into an e-learning experience for your stakeholders. We would really welcome you to do that. And if I may just bring you to, we work at different levels of complexity. The idea is extremely simple, that every child has his own pace, every child has his own capability levels in various different subjects at any given point of time. And can you carve a personalized path for them at any given point of randomization? This is the dashboards that we are talking about. We collate dashboards for various schools together, even cities together, because to give a comprehensive view at a click of a button to people who are participating, and we can go down right to the topic in the number system where the child is struggling. So when it comes to micro, we can point out what exactly the child is struggling in a chapter. When we go macro, we can give you a teacher-wise segregation, student-wise reports, school-wise reports, school versus school reports, various cities competing, and so on. So that is the kind of platform that we bring to the table. And yes, these are the larger pieces that we always work with in any kind of a CSR piece, whether it's monitoring, baseline inline study, the tests, and so on. And we've been acknowledged through the last few years of doing what we are doing. Thank you so much for a patient hearing, and let's have a wonderful day. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a wonderful panel.